This is CBS2 News Update. I'm Mary. Calvi, here's what's happening in the news. We begin with a breaking story we've been following for you. A school bus crash in North Amityville on Long Island. CBS News' Jennifer McLogan just got to the scene.
The 5 BOCES elementary school students aboard the bus are all okay. Police say their driver suffered from a medical condition driving down County Line Road here in North Amityville, right into the home of the Collados. Some were getting ready for school, others asleep, some eating breakfast when this horrible, jarring incident happened. Miraculously, all 5 members of their family are okay.
Jennifer McLogan reporting there. President Trump is on his way back to the U.S. following his historic summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Singapore. While many Americans were sleeping, the two spent 4 hours talking together overnight. CBS 2's Janelle Burrell reports.
We're prepared to start a new history, and we're ready to write a new chapter between our nations.
President Trump declaring the historic summit a success.
My meeting with Chairman Kim was honest, direct, and productive.
The president leaving the meeting in Singapore having signed a written agreement with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, in which North Korea says it will completely denuclearize the Korean peninsula.
A lot of goodwill went into this, a lot of work, a lot of preparation.
But the declaration stopped short of the conditions the Trump administration had previously said were necessary for a deal, assuring the international community that North Korea will verifiably and irreversibly disarm.
How do you achieve, Mr. President?
Well, it's going to be achieved by having a lot of people there.
Mr. Trump says North Korea has already begun the process of destroying some of its nuclear test sites. The president also taking time to credit Otto Warmbier for the unprecedented meeting. Warmbier was an American college student who was arrested in North Korea and was returned to the U.S. in a vegetative state last year, later dying.
Without Otto, this would not have happened. It was a terrible thing. It was brutal. But a lot of people started to focus on what was going on.
The high-stakes meeting between Mr. Trump and Kim was the first time a sitting U.S. president has ever met face-to-face with a North Korean leader. The start of what the president says is a great relationship. Kim is seeming to agree with the president, speaking through a translator.
Today, we had a historic meeting and decided to leave the past behind.
It's an about-face for the two leaders who just months ago were trading nuclear threats. Mr. Trump previously referring to Kim as Little Rocket Man. President Trump says the summit is the first step of their new relationship, and for now, the president says sanctions against North Korea will remain in effect. Janelle Burrell, CBS 2 News.
President Trump's top economic advisor remains hospitalized this morning after suffering what's described as a mild heart attack. Larry Kudlow is being treated at Walter Reed Medical Center in Bethesda, Maryland. On Sunday, Kudlow appeared on CBS News' Face the Nation. He's been part of President Trump's economic team since April. The White House's doctors expect Kudlow to make a full recovery. A 73-year-old man is found stabbed to death in the Bronx. Now police are searching for his killer. Investigators say Owen Dillard was discovered inside his apartment on Beekman Avenue in Mott Haven last night by his fiancée. Police say there were no signs of break-in or struggle. They're still looking for a motive. Caught on camera, high school students, some carrying baseball bats, get into a brawl in Manhattan. Surveillance video shows a large group of teens pushing their way into a deli on 10th Avenue in Hell's Kitchen. School safety agents tried to stop them. Police recovered 2 bats. 4 teens were arrested. Charges include weapons possession, menacing, and disorderly conduct. 1 teenage boy was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Mayor de Blasio and City Council Speaker Corey Johnson have announced a city budget deal. It is an $89 billion spending plan, the most expensive in city history. It includes $106 million to fund subsidized Metro cards for low-income New Yorkers. Those who qualify will get a 50% discount on Metro cards. The budget also includes $125 million to be set aside for financial reserves.
This council's been very focused this year and in previous years on adding to reserves and making sure the city was protected for the long run. That is a mark of real, smart, thoughtful government.
The new budget agreement between the mayor and city council is nearly 3 weeks early. It had been due July 1st. CBS2 demands answers and gets action. A Brooklyn block-turned-junkyard has been reclaimed. Last week, we showed you public parking spaces in Sheepshead Bay filled with damaged and apparently abandoned cars, some with no license plates. CBS2 political reporter Marcia Kramer called the Department of Sanitation after residents complained they got no help after calling 311. Now a different story. The street has been cleared of junked cars. The space is filled with vehicles with proper licenses, and cars in need of repair are parked in front of an auto body shop. Nearly a dozen dogs are missing from the same Connecticut city, and police think each one was stolen. Police in Bridgeport say at least 10 Yorkies have been taken in the last 2 weeks. They were all grabbed in the middle of the day from front yards. Heartbroken pet owners are now desperate for their dogs to return.
She's family to us. We've had her for 2 years already, and I cannot live without my dog. It's really sad. I just want her back.
Police believe an illegal breeder is responsible for the thefts. The missing dogs are all young females that have the ability to reproduce. The magazine Coastal Living has come out with its top 10 list of happiest seaside towns in America for 2018, and one of our local beaches tops the list. The Jersey Shore's Ocean City has been named this year's happiest seaside town in America. Traverse City, Michigan is in second place, Cape Charles, Virginia in third, Vero Beach, Florida, and Bluffton, South Carolina rounding out the top 5. So let's get to your forecast right now. We've got some nice beach weather out there, John.
We do, and we're going to see the setup stick around for the next few days. Moderate rip current risk today, though, but ocean temperatures still not that inviting. Just make sure, though, if you feel that tug, Buddy system is the best. Sunny and 69 for your 11 o'clock observation. Numbers around the area pretty close together. We got this south wind setting things up, teeing things up. It's 3-4 degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday. So we'll continue to climb right around 75 for your high today. And you can see high pressure is in control. Nice ridge today. Breaks down overnight tonight, and then the flip side of that will usher in the clouds and humidity for your day tomorrow. But you know what? Even with that chance for a shower or a storm on Wednesday, it looks like it's a one-day deal. There's enough energy where we could see an isolated strong to potentially severe storm north and west tomorrow. But then, boy, I tell you what, we're going to settle into a nice pre-summer pattern with these warm temperatures setting up and sticking around right into the weekend. Mary?
John, thank you. A show of truly good sportsmanship and good friendship plays out at the end of a high school baseball game in Minnesota. Ty Kane was pitching against his old friend Jack Cohen from another school. With the lead and 1 out to go, he struck out the batter for the win. Kane's teammates stormed the field to celebrate, but instead he made a beeline to the plate to console his friend.
I didn't think. I just ran over there. It was instinct. It felt like the right thing to do.
I was thinking about, like, in 20 years, I'm not going to remember the score of that game, but I'm going to remember him coming up to me after that.
That hug has gone viral, and Kane's teammates have been ribbing him, stealing hugs at practice as they get ready for the state championship. And that's your CBS 2 News Update. I'm Mary Calvi. We'll see you at noon on CBS 2.